The Charge up San Juan Hill and Kettle Hill. 1898. Volunteers stormed the hills carrying various rifles and pistols. One of those pistols was the 1892 U.S. Army Colt .38, carried by Teddy Roosevelt and other Rough Riders. An old buddy of mine gave me this old Army Colt .38. It's a later version of the venerable 1892 series Army revolver, and was made in 1901, and was one of the pistols kept under the bar at Finley's Mint Saloon in San Diego. These .38 pistols were first issued in 1892 and were carried by American soldiers in the Spanish-American War of 1898, the Philippine Rebellion of 1899, China's Boxer Rebellion in 1900, and the pursuit of Pancho Villa in 1916 by General Blackjack Pershing. Spin-offs like the Colt Police model and the similar Smith & Wesson versions using .38 special cartridges became a standard of police departments throughout the United States until replaced by semi-automatic pistols. Our military used them as well through World Wars I and II, particularly by air crews and special ops. The early revolvers fired a .38 Long Colt cartridge that has a shorter case than the newer .38 Special. After the first 10 years, the newer series of the Army Colt was modified for the .38 Special. Even though the .38 Long Colt cartridge is still available, I've used a .38 Special case with a .361 lead bullet and have followed recommended modern powder loads in the manuals. My 1901 pistol's bore mic'd out at about .361, 357 bullets just dropped through, while a 361 conformed to the bore better. The .38 has a swing-out cylinder that rotates counterclockwise and was referred to as a left-wheeler. The Frontier Colt has a clockwise rotation. The ejector pushes the spent cases out of the cylinder, but the longer cases of the .38 Special need some extra help. It uses a notched top strap and front-rounded blade for sighting, just like the old single-action Colts. But it sports a double-action trigger. The old Army Colt is stamped with the model and date, full serial number, Colt double action and caliber, and was accepted by the Ordnance Inspector Ronaldo A. Carr. Previous owners were pleased enough to personalize this gun. This owner had his name and battalion engraved on a side plate. He was a soldier in the Alabama 2nd Regiment during the Civil War. I discovered that this Confederate soldier was receiving an annual stipend from Alabama in 1897, so it appears he came into possession of this revolver years later. I've shot about 300 of my special rounds through it, and about half of these keyhole, but it's fairly accurate, and it's fun to shoot an actual piece of history. This old Army Colt .38 is fun to shoot, but certainly doesn't pack the punch like a .45 Colt. But tell that to a Twinkie or Ding Dong.
Well, we had a heck of a morning this morning, herding our ornery buffalo up to that upper pasture for better grass. Boy, are they ornery. But they're good tasting on the steak table. Anyway, this afternoon we couldn't wait to go out with that 1892 Army Colt model and do a little shooting. And boy, I sure enjoyed it. And I'll tell you something, that 45 Colt, I'm kind of partial to. Now we're sitting around the campfire for the evening, and we're going to roast up some of those ding-dongs. And there's nothing like a ding-dong that's been roasted over an open fire. And so a little vitamin W helps a lot. And we'll see you next time. So long.